So hello friends, I am Chetan Patil. So today we are going to discuss what is the concept of clustering, how the clusters are formed with the help of raw data. Suppose we have given one CSV file of any kind of data set, and from that data set we have to form the clusters. We have to collect the set of similar data points. Likewise, so we have here we have iris csv file. Here we have iris csv file, and from that file we have to cluster. We have to form the set of similar data points. So here is a final output, how we get the clusters. There is a formation of three clusters. One is red, yellow, and another one is blue. So before going to start discuss regarding the program, we will first see the theory part. So we will go towards theory. Okay. Here, what is the K-mean clustering? K-mean clustering is a type of unsupervised learning. What is unsupervised learning? Means we have the data set which is unlabeled. That is nothing but a unsupervised learning. Whatever we are doing the operations on the data which is unlabeled, on that data we are doing the operations that are that data is unlabeled, so we consider it as a unsupervised learning. Okay, so our main motto of the k-mean clustering algorithm is we are able to find out with the help of k-mean clustering, we are able to find out the centroid of k cluster, which is used to label a new data. After that, labeling for training data, this another one is label for training data. Each data points is assigned to a single cluster. Means we see these clusters, and each clusters having a single centroid, and we label that centroid. Suppose in this figure we will see there are three cluster. One here is, and another one is here. Okay, so here we have find out the centroid for each clusters. Okay, that is nothing but the centroid. With the help of k-mean clustering, we are going to find out the centroid for each data, and we are going to collect these set of similar data point. Okay, so how we are finding the k clusters? So we will go through the algorithms. So here is the first step. In first step, we are having three clusters. Number of clusters, we are finding the how many clusters are present. So here in this figure there are three clusters, one and this ones. Okay, after that we are assigning the centroid to each cluster. In next step we are doing the we are finding out the centroid. We are assigning, we are assigning the centroid to each cluster. Okay, after the second step we will move towards next step, and we are assigning a data closest to, means here we have data point data sets, and from that data sets we are assigning a closest centroid to them. Okay, in next step we are computing and place a new centroid for each cluster. Here again we are calculating the centroid for each cluster, and we are again reassign that new centroid to each cluster. Okay, in next step, that is the final step, after reassigning, if after reassign each data point to the closest centroid, if there is any reassignment took place, for the centroid, then again we are going for fourth step, and again we are computing the centroid. If there is no reassignment take place, then we stop there here. Okay, and finally we get the clusters with their centroid. So after that we will discuss regarding the within cluster sum of square method. So simply the within cluster sum of square is nothing but the square of distance, sorry, it is the summation of square of distance from the centroid to each data points in a cluster. Means, okay, means we have one centroid for each cluster, and we are finding the summation of square of distance from centroid to each data point of each cluster, and we are doing final the summation. Here pi is a centroid of the each cluster, and c1, c2, c3 are the data sets, data points. We will see the data points of each cluster, and we are doing the squares and adding pole distances, and whatever the final output we get with the help of WCSS method, the curve we get, it is in the form of elbow shape, so we called it as a elbow curve. Okay, and this is all about the within cluster sum of square. Now we will move towards uh, our program part. So before going to start with program, we will see one example of unsupervised learning. So here for each animal there are different properties for them. Okay, so according to their properties and conditions and habitats, according to their habitats and whatever the features they have, we will segregate the data, and whatever we will segregate that data will be in the form of two cluster, means we will get one cluster is of dog and second one is of cats. Okay, so here in this example we have the unlabeled data, and from that unlabeled data we are going to find out the labeled data. So we get the two outputs cluster, that is one is of dog and second one is cat. Likewise we are doing in the unsupervised learning. Okay, now we will move towards our program. So first we are importing the all the libraries in the Python, that is NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib for plotting the graph. After that we are importing the data set from Google Colab import file. After that we are assigning we are uploading the data, whatever we have CSV file, yeah, dataset file, we are uploading that CSV or dataset file. After that we are importing input in IO, means input output functionalities. After that we are assigning dataset as a iris.csv file, and here we are going to describe the dataset. Okay, so first of all I will select my CSV file from here, that is iris.csv. After selecting, it will process, it will going to upload, and after the uploading we have put the command, that is dataset.describe. With the help of this command we will get what is the actual data which is located in that CSV file, and here we get the data, and that is it consists of 6 columns and 150 rows. Okay, after that we will move towards next, that is we are going to extract the independent variable, that is x, with the help of command dataset.ilog, uh, which, which consists of array. And after that we are finding the optimal number of cluster using the elbow method. We have already seen what is WCSS method. With the help of WCSS, whatever the graph we get which is in the form of elbow curve, which is in the form of elbow shape, so we called it as a elbow curve also. So for that we are initializing WCSS as a empty array. After that we are doing the iterations from 1 to 10. Okay, here we are k-min equal to k-min clustering n cluster dot I init k-means plus plus n init equal to 10, and max iterations are 300. Random state is 0. WCS dot append, here we are appending the k-means dot inertia. After that we are plotting the WCSS curve, that is here we get the WCSS curve, that is nothing but the elbow curve. After that here we are plotting the title, x level, y level, and finally we are showing the whole graph. After that we will move towards next, which is our final output, what we have to find out from that data set, which clusters we are getting from that data set. That is our final motto. So for that the training the k-mean model on data set. Okay, so here we are training the model on the data set, which is k-mean equal to k-mean n cluster, number of clusters are 3, init equal to k-means plus plus n init equal to 10, max iterations are 300, and random state is 0. And here we are assigning y predict as a k-mean dot fit predict x. After that we are going to visualize all the clusters. First one is pyplot dot scatter, with the help of this we will get one cluster which is in blue color. This cluster we will get with the help of this command. Okay, I will this command. With the help of this command we will get this cluster which is of color blue in color. After in next line we will get the cluster with the help of red in color, and after that we are getting the cluster of yellow color. Um, so we will comment this and we will run again so you can understand. So I will comment all this and again I will run this. So only the whatever the output, okay, here error is coming. Okay, I will reload again, run again, sorry. Okay, final. After that I will run that. Okay, so here we get the output, final output of three clusters. One is of red, blue and yellow in color. So after that we are going to plot the centroid for each cluster. Okay, so for that here is a command. We will comment out this command and again we will run and we will get the centroid for each cluster which is black in. Here we get the centroid for each cluster which is in black color. So after that we are going to plot the title. After that we are going to plot x level. After that y level. All these values we are going to plot. After that we are finally we are showing the data and again we will run, and here we get the output, whatever the final output we require, that is here with the help of this graph. So this is overall about the clustering. So thanks for watching.